Welcome back, friends and neighbors. I'm going to try and do this quickly because there's a red wasp around here. He's been eyeing me out lately, so let's show you some of what I'm working on. These are the trench knife sheaths that I make. I've sold quite a few of these. This one is for a 2-inch belt. And this is a different type pattern that I'm working on. This is, or actually the same pattern, but I'm doing a, what do they call that? Dual loop lacing. So I should have a couple of these up on eBay. These are going to be prototypes. These are my first two doing that. I like how they came out. I will change some facets of how I did this, but for the most part they came out okay. So these will go up on eBay. And then I tried to do one in like an olive, but this didn't quite turn out olive. And as you can see, I've also got some laser engraving there. So this is another prototype. And I think I may have changed the wording on a couple of these. So yeah, I think this one I put US Mark 1, and these are just say Mark 1. And here's the same thing in a brown. And this is just a regular straight up and down knuckle knife sheath. So once again, I'll probably put these on eBay since they're prototypes. I'm just trying them out. I've had some problems with Amazon, of course. If you sell on Amazon, you know that there can often be problems. And usually these problems center around a poor rating, or somebody didn't like something about your product. So as a maker, I want to tell you, it happens, okay? You're not going to please everybody with your product. But in this case, the gentleman gave me a 2-star rating and wants to keep the product, although I reached out to him and offered him a full refund, which tells me maybe his initial reaction was an overreaction and he didn't really hate the product, but there were some things he wanted changed. And since I want to get a good review of my product in Amazon, I had to stow my ego for a little bit and think about what he was telling me. So in this case, he was telling me about the Ruger 1022 buttstock cover that I sell. He was not happy with the length of the buttstock wraparound. In other words, this did not come far enough down the stock to suit his taste. And quite frankly, I had to think about that. And, you know, nobody likes to be criticized for a product they spend time and money making. You know, it's made by hand. So this is not, I'm not buying these from China and then reselling them. So, but I had to think about it. And when I'm calling this a buttstock cover, then in reality, it really should cover 90 or more % of the buttstock. And in this case, it did not. So I'm having to eat a little crow there because I need to improve this product. Because maybe other people bought this. At one time, it was a big seller, but then it kind of tapered off. And I think it may be because I'm selling this as a buttstock cover, but it only covers maybe 3/4 of the buttstock. So what did I have to do? Well, once again, I have to come and make a new pattern for a longer cover. So this is going to be my new 1022 buttstock cover. It will cover more than 90% of the buttstock, and it will have lacing so that these two ends will meet almost over 100% of the buttstock. So they'll come under the buttstock and meet like that. And then of course you'll have the same buttstock piece that covers the end as this one does. And it'll fully cover that end. Alright, so I made the pattern. I'm satisfied with it. I've tried it on the buttstock, so I'm going to cut one of these out, or possibly two. I just got a fresh side of leather, so that's no problem. I'm going to cut a couple of these out and see how they look. He also didn't like that the bullet loops were on the buttstock cover with rivets. So these rivets, I don't know if you can see that inside, but that is not going to scratch your buttstock. I mean, you would have to really be pushing that into the buttstock to get it to slide along the buttstock, and maybe it would make a scratch or a mark. So I'm not too worried about that. However, I was thinking that possibly it may be better to make these loops so they can be removed. So I haven't decided about that yet. I may make a panel where these can be removed and separately, but I don't know what that looks like yet. So we'll see how that goes. If you're art challenged like I am, maybe you've seen these at your local leather supply store. What they are is they're pieces of plastic, and I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it's got embossing on it. So what you would do is you would wet your leather and let it set and get it nice and nice and moist, and then you put this over the leather, and it can be difficult because it doesn't have any grip to it, but you put it over the leather that you want to make the pattern on, and then you carefully go over it. I use a piece of wood so that I can really get these little lines into the leather. But this turned out pretty good. I did a belt for my daughter, which she wears regularly, so it came out good enough for me. And if you recall, I was making a shoulder holster, and I made one for myself. So I wanted to make a shoulder holster for somebody else, but I wanted to have some kind of decoration. So I found this at the local leather supply store, and these are seem very Southwest type of designs. If you know me, you know I don't do skulls, so I may have to modify this one so it's something other than a skull. But I like the rattlesnake, and like I said, these allow me to do a design that I would not be able to do well quickly. So I'll set these on the leather, wet it up, use my little piece of wood to push down and get these into the leather, and then I'll start carving. And I'll show you what that looks like once I start in on that other holster. So, but I really like these. If you get a chance to try these out, pick one up. Get some, even some scrap leather like this knot can be done on some scrap leather. You don't lose anything, and you can practice and see how you like that for a different design. So in between work, that's what I'm up to, and I'll catch y'all back on the next episode, and hopefully these will be done and posted. Okay, you can tell I suck at marketing. I'll have to add this on to the video. But I did make some more of my 1022 pouches, and this time I put the Big Chief Leatherworks Cross 6 gun and Tomahawk logo on the front. So if you're interested in something like that, those also will be on eBay. They'll be a little more than my regular pouch, but like I said, they have the engraving right there out front. So if you like that, if you like my logo, then pick one of these up. These are the prototypes. As you can see, I have 4, so depending on how fast those go, I'll make more of those in bulk. All right, now y'all have a great weekend.